Hello everyone. I will be speaking about Indian economy and growth. Indian economic growth is said to be one of the fastest growing in terms of GDP. Considering the young population that we have, the world looks at India as the next superpower after China. Looking at the history of both the nations, it is very similar. China was a poor country just like India, and just like India, China was suffering from the pain of socialist economy. In 1978, China liberalized its economy, and until then, India and China had a similar trajectory in terms of GDP growth. But after 30 years, China experienced the hockey stick growth, and today the economy is 5 times of that of Indian economy. This is the divergence in growth of both the economies. 13 years later, Manmohan Singh, who was the finance minister at that time, liberalized Indian economy from socialist era. Our markets were open to the world. Economy was growing at around 7% per annum. We have completed 30 years since our economic liberalization. So, what are the problems that India is facing, which is limiting it from reaching $10 trillion economy? Our per capita income is very low. We rank 138th in per capita income, and China is around 71st rank. Why is there such a huge difference? 60% of our economy is from private consumption. 11% is from government spending. But the problem lies in gross fixed capital formation. In India, it is 29% and 43% in China. Gross fixed capital formation is a net investment of the physical assets that are used in the production process for more than 1 year. Gross fixed capital formation provides a country with three benefits. It increases production while reducing the production costs, which helps boost the domestic product availability. When domestically produced products are available, it will improve exports and reduce imports. When the industry increases its production, there is a ripple effect on other industries. All of this helps in growing per capita income. China's gross fixed capital formation is around 43% of their GDP, and that is around $7.2 trillion, which is almost double of our entire GDP. Why are we not investing in our gross fixed capital formation? Due to MSME debts and other private section debts, where our banks lend money to certain companies or people and have failed to recover them. The banking crisis was prevented as the RBI had scrutinized the Indian banks. As banks were not able to lend loans to corporates, India decided to go for corporate tax cuts so that corporates can invest this money in India. Lack of corporate debts is preventing us from investing in capital formation. That is, lack of MSME loans. MSMEs are very important for India's growth as they contribute more than 29% of GDP, and they are reasonable for 50% of country's total exports. MSME employs more than 11 crore people, and MSME don't get loan in time, which hinders their growth. Indian banks have a capital shortage issue as government doesn't have enough money, as the taxpayers are just 1.5% of the total population. People of India also don't have enough money to spend. If company wants to produce more products, they're not able to do so because the production capacity is limited as the demand itself is low. And since the demand itself is low, they're not able to sell and hence the production capacity is limited. Government debt. Since enough people don't pay taxes, government doesn't get enough money to invest in its infrastructure. Since government doesn't have enough money, it takes debt from foreign countries. A lot of this money collected, or the lot of money collected from taxpayers goes into interest payments. As the government pays for interest payments, India has less money for future infrastructure projects, which leads to less capital formation, which further leads to government debts, hence completing the vicious cycle. In summary, three major hurdles that are preventing us to become a 10 trillion economy are less gross fixed capital formation, lack of debt to corporates and MSMEs, lack of disposable income, which is forcing the government to take debts. What is the government currently doing to counter this? They're increasing the ease of doing business in India. Land banking systems are being implemented. Building a digital system to enable loans to MSMEs. If India overcomes these hurdles, then we will be a superpower for sure. Thank you.